Breaking news, coming at you live from the middle of the ocean where the big ships drive. Grab your legal minifigs, sit down in your chair. Something happened on the water and we were almost there. Good evening, folks. I'm your plastic anchor man, sitting at this shiny desk with a coffee in my hand. We interrupt your program, put the remote down slow, because the US Coast Guard just put on quite a show. It happened in the Indian Ocean, somewhere deep and wide. A tanker full of crude oil was trying to quietly slide. The Coast Guard pulled up starboard, they said good afternoon. The crew looked at each other like they'd seen a cartoon. This is not a drill, this is not a test. The little Lego Coast Guard gave their very best. Radios were pleffing, helicopters in the air. Somebody lost their oil and they lost it right there. Now over to our Lego reporter standing at the scene. She's wearing a yellow hard hat and her microphone is green. Yes, thank you at the anchor desk. Here's what we know today. A whole lot of Iranian crude got taken away. The tanker was just floating, doing tanker sorts of things, when suddenly the Coast Guard showed up with all the bells and rings. Documents were checked, sir, credentials were reviewed. Somebody had sanctions and somebody got moved. The captain of the vessel had a very puzzled face, like when you lose a Lego piece and can't find it any place. He radioed back to headquarters somewhere far away, and headquarters radioed back and didn't know what to say. This is not a drill, this is not a test. The little Lego Coast Guard gave their very best. Somewhere in the Indian Ocean, oil changed hands today, and in loss of the Maritime law had the final say. Now we go to our panel of extremely serious experts. All of them are Lego people wearing Lego suits. Expert number 1 says this is quite the thing. Expert number 2 says sanctions have a sting. Expert number 3 just knocked his coffee on the floor. Expert number 4 said that's what sanctions are for. The moderator nodded with a very serious face, adjusted his Lego tie and said, what a complicated case. The map behind him showed the ocean, big and blue, with a tiny Lego arrow that said this happened here, it's true. Now diplomats are meeting in some very fancy rooms with very fancy bottled water and very fancy Zoom. Statements are being drafted by a very busy team. Everything is formal now, or so it would seem. The oil is in custody, the paperwork is filed. The Coast Guard vessel crew is looking professional in style. The tanker sitting somewhere while the lawyers do their thing, waiting for the next news cycle and whatever that will bring. Nobody got hurt, folks, and nobody threw a fit. Just ships and oil and paperwork and all the usual bits. That's how it works in international waters on the sea. A very complicated game of legal finders keepers. See, this is not a drill, this is not a test. The Lego Coast Guard did what Lego thought was best. Somewhere in the Indian Ocean, history was made in a very Lego fashion, in a very Lego way. That's all from our newsroom. I'm your Lego anchor man, reporting on the ocean with a Lego caravan. Stay tuned for more updates as the story does unfold. And remember, we're in an international waters. It's all about the gold, black gold, Texas tea, Indian Ocean edition.